Okay, time for a new video, and whether you are somebody new to my channel or you are returning to my channel to watch this video, it is greatly appreciated. As always, I'm filming this video in one go, therefore I apologise in advance if I stumble over my words going forwards, and indeed if the quality of this video is fairly poor as well. If there's any lag, anything like that at all, sadly it can't be helped, and hopefully it's not too much of an issue for you. Today is yet another Eurovision related video here on my channel, the first one for a while, so this might be a little bit messy, but never mind. I want to begin by saying that obviously content on my channel has been thin on the ground for a few months now. That's because I've mainly been working and doing other things, and I think moving forwards with this channel, first of all I hope that the quality will be better by this time next year. Certainly I hope that's a reality. But also, I think I'm just going to film whatever I want regarding Eurovision moving forwards. I think earlier this year, before Eurovision 2020 was cancelled, I was making a lot of videos, and looking back, maybe I could have reduced the amount of videos that I was making. I was spending a lot of time sitting here, waffling on. Moving forwards, if the motivation is there, I'll film a video. If not, I'll just leave it. However, moving forwards, I do still want to make quite a few videos, and I do still want to talk about Eurovision and Junior Eurovision in some depth. I haven't really thought about my future plans too much. That's what I'm trying to say. Videos will appear as and when. So, today, a video sort of in two halves. I'm going to talk about all of the nations that will be competing, at this moment in time at least, in Eurovision 2021, and then afterwards I'm going to briefly talk about Eesti Laul, which is the Estonian national selection. More on that later on. So, obviously, Eurovision 2021 will be the 65th edition. It would have been the 66th edition, possibly in somewhere like Reykjavik or Sofia, but of course this year's contest, we all know, was cancelled because of the global pandemic. The dates for next year's edition at the Ahoy in Rotterdam in the Netherlands, with the same hosts, the same slogan, probably the same logo, probably the same, well, definitely the same stage design, 18th, 20th and 22nd of May. We know that all of the countries that were confirmed for the 2020 edition, all being well, will be back for 2021. That means that Bulgaria and Ukraine will return. Hungary, sadly, and Montenegro will not be involved. There's also no debut for Kazakhstan, and we haven't got countries like Bosnia and Herzegovina or Andorra returning, hopefully in the future. So I'm going to go through, I haven't really planned this video too well, but anyway, Albania's first, and we do know the names of the artists, the names of the songs, and the songwriters in contention for Albania. Their tried and tested format, their national final, will take place over the Christmas period. None of these songs have been released yet. There are a few familiar names if you've been keeping an eye on the Albanian selection over the past few years, or if you just follow Eurovision in a lot of depth anyway. It's actually going to be held outdoors. It might well be the first Eurovision national final that is held outdoors. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, what would I like to see/hear from Albania? I don't want another female ballad, because Albania usually goes for female ballads. That's fine. This year we would have had a female ballad, Arelena Arra with Fall from the Sky, which I liked more and more every time I heard it. I think it's a pretty good song. Really good singer. But for me, Albania, their best entry over the past many years was in Lisbon in 2018 with Mal by Eugen Bushpepper. I'd like something more in that vein. I'm not necessarily saying a rock song, but something that's quite up-tempo and has got a bit of grittiness to it maybe. Not just something we've heard so many times before from this country. Moving on, Armenia. I don't really know about Armenia. Obviously, the past few years they haven't been involved in the final. Might well have qualified this year with Chains on You. No details yet if Athena Manoukian will be back. I think it would be a wise choice. And if she is back, I think we'll get something fairly similar to Chains on You. Obviously not exactly the same, but in the same sort of style maybe. If not, I was thinking about this briefly yesterday. Sirusho, 4th place, 2008. Big star. Maybe see if she wants to come back with a song in Armenian. I think that would garner a lot of interest, a lot of attention, and even before the song is released, if she was chosen, I think there would be a lot of buzz, and it would probably give Armenia a place in the final. Moving on to Australia, Montaigne's back. I think she's working on various bits and pieces at the moment. Something tells me we're going to get something quite different from Don't Break Me. A lot of people criticised that song, the national final performance. Yes, maybe it wasn't the strongest it could have been. The staging, the message behind that staging maybe wasn't as strong as it could have been. So it was all about the execution. And what would I like from Montaigne next year? Just another great song. Because I thought Don't Break Me was really good. So a song that really shows off her vocal power. A song that she can sing very well live. And I feel like with Don't Break Me, the staging was going to play a big part. She performed that song on Australian television, I think after the contest had been cancelled, so this must have been about April time. And she performed it on TV with the staging sort of as it would have been in Rotterdam, so quite different. But I think maybe less emphasis on the staging, more emphasis on the song and the vocals. Anyway, Austria, Vincent Bueno. I thought Alive was really quite generic, but fun, catchy, up-tempo, likeable performer. I'm sure it would have been a decent live performance in Rotterdam. I think we will get something fairly similar, but maybe we just need something that sounds a little fresher, something that is going to stand out from the field, because I'm not sure that Vincent's song for this year would have stood out enough. Let me know your thoughts on that. Azerbaijan, Effendi's back. Great choice. I don't know what to expect from Azerbaijan, whether they're going to go for this big, bombastic, in-your-face pop song again, or they're going to go for a ballad. I think Effendi can probably do both with ease. I don't want Cleopatra 2.0, but actually that might be the right way to go, because that song, I did read plans for the staging, and it seemed as though it was going to be very ambitious. It was going to be a stand-out performance. It was clearly going to do quite well in the final. I think most people would agree with me on that. So something up-tempo again, just not quite the same. I'm all for it. Belarus, no details yet. Obviously, the political situation in Belarus at the moment, there's a lot of tension. So who knows if they will be involved next year, fingers crossed. I'd like to see Belarus send something that's just going to blow people away, because when was the last time Eurovision fans were absolutely bowled over by a Belarusian entry? I mean, a lot of people really liked Navi Band in 2017, but have Belarus ever had an entry in the Eurovision Song Contest that people have really started to say might win? I don't think so. 2007, Work Your Magic by Colden, my favourite entry that year in Helsinki. That, if I had been more of a Eurovision fan at the time, I would have thought, okay, Belarus might actually win this year. Finished 6th or 7th in the end. So yeah, I'd like to see Belarus send something that really gets people talking. Whether that's a ballad, really good piece of pop music, I'm not fussed. Belgium, Hooverphonic are back, and very recently they have changed their lead singer. Luca Kreisbergs, who was about 17 or 18 years old, is out. I don't know the reasons exactly, so I won't speculate here, but former lead singer Geike Arnert, or Geike Arnert, she's 41, she's back. And maybe she's back temporarily, because the song, maybe they already have a song, Hooverphonic, and they feel as though she would be a better fit. Maybe there's been a bit of a falling out with Luca. I really don't know. I won't speculate at all. But I'm excited. I'm excited because When Hooverphonic were announced as the Belgian act, I thought, wow, this is an interesting choice. I was familiar with the band. I hadn't listened to any of their music for quite a while, but I knew from reading on various websites over the years that a lot of people thought Hooverphonic would be a very nice choice for Belgium in the contest. I would like to see something that's not so James Bondy, less emphasis on the strings maybe. I always think if you have a really slow but classy song like that, what is going to make people vote for it? You know, there's got to be something else about it that stands out. I feel like Release Me didn't have that magic moment, in all honesty. I liked it, but it wasn't going to qualify, in all honesty, was it? So, there's a great song by Hooverphonic called Romantic. I'd like to see something like that. Hear something like that. Bulgaria, Victoria. Now, people are already saying that she's going to be one of the favourites again. She's been working in Bulgaria with those same songwriters again at this songwriting camp with other musicians too. The song's going to be revealed in March. Will we get something similar? Probably. A lot of people compare Tears Getting Sober to Billie Eilish, no bad thing, but do we really need another song like that? I don't think so. Something just original. What was great about Tears Getting Sober is that it was a sort of fragile song. It was beautiful in its fragility, which is a phrase I've used plenty of times before. Something similar again. Something beautiful, haunting. Something that doesn't need flashy staging. People will gravitate towards it. Croatia. Lorena Buchan, who's been involved in the national final a few times. I'd like to see her. Her 2 entries so far have been great. Towers of Babylon and Drowning. Fantastic. Mia Negovetic, who was the runner-up last year. When It Comes to You, I thought that was a decent song. Maybe she'll be involved again. I don't really know. It's either going to be a Balkan ballad or not a Balkan ballad. And I would rather have maybe a pop song in Croatian. That'd be nice. We'll see. Cyprus, something in Greek. That'd be lovely. Sandro, who would have represented Cyprus in Rotterdam this year, his song did nothing for me. This sort of house pop song, I wasn't a fan. Not my cup of tea. It won't be him next year. The artist is going to be revealed this month, apparently, so it'll be interesting to see who's chosen. Will it be Eleni Ferreira? I doubt it, but you never know. I'd like to see somebody from Cyprus singing in Greek. I'm not fussed about the genre too much. Czech Republic, Benny Cristo's back. I wasn't a huge fan of Kemama, but I am more than happy to have something similar again, because it gives the contest a different flavour, a different identity, and you know, we need more varied styles of music in the contest, absolutely. We need more varied styles of music in the national finals. And if Benny sends something familiar, similar again, with this sort of Afrobeat vibe, so be it. I don't mind. Denmark. I feel like Denmark in Eurovision have a very specific sound. You know, if you close your eyes and just listen to a song that you know is involved in a national final somewhere in Europe, you can probably say, oh yes, that sounds like it would be from Dank's Melodic Grand Prix. It's almost as if it's its own genre. Denmark do play it quite safe more often than not. Harmless pop. Ben and Tan, will they be back? I don't know. Why not? If they've got a song, if a song is given to them and it's strong enough, be involved, that's what I say. It's going to be in Copenhagen, the national final, on the 6th of March 2021. I don't know who I'd like to see. I'm trying to think of Danish names. Julie Bjerre had a great song in Danish a few years ago called Tæt på mine drømme. I'd love to hear something like that again, or have her back. Anna Ritzma, fantastic young female musician a few years ago. She had a song called Starlight, which was repetitive but cute. I think it would have done quite well in the contest. Or was that this year? No, it was last year, I think. Can't quite remember. But yeah, I think Denmark, female musicians, I think they're pretty strong at that. Emily de Forest came out of nowhere. She was a young female musician, of course. So maybe, if not Ben and Tan, an up-and-coming female musician, and I'd love to see / hear a song in Danish. because the last Danish entry, I believe, was 1997. Come on now, Denmark, be proud of your language. Estonia, more on them in a minute. But I would like Kerli, who was the runner-up with Spirit Animal in Eesti Laul in 2017, should have won ahead of Verona. Verona didn't even qualify. Spirit Animal would have pushed for the win, probably. We do get a lot of OTEs in Estonia, which is one-time entrance. An artist or a band that comes along and you never hear from them again. They never enter Eesti Laul again. So that's great, because it just shows that there's so many musicians in Estonia and the music scene must be really strong indeed. But I'd like to see bands like Sybil Vane, who had a song called 1,000 Words the other year, Go Away Bird, who had a song called Sally, Kea, was it, with Lonely Boy, that was a few years ago. I'm sure Stig Rasta will be involved somewhere. And Uku Suviste, of course. Finland, 20th of February. I'd like Nightwish. And if you are a fan of metal music, symphonic metal, you're probably familiar with them. They did try to represent Finland many years ago. Nightwish have been making music for years and years. I really like their material. Not a huge fan, but I like a lot of their stuff, Amaranth in particular. And I think a song like that would really stand out from the field. Finland is sort of known for having a really interesting rock metal scene. So why not send something rock or something metal? Completely different from Axel. I'd like more rock at the contest. Finland might be the country to do it. Of course, we had Lordi, they won. Hanna Pakarinen in 2007, that was a sort of rocky number. Terras Betoni in 2008, that was a rocky metal number as well. Why not go down that route again? Play to your strengths. And if it's in Finnish, fantastic. Georgia, Tornika Kipiani is back. Take Me As I Am, I really didn't like very much, I'll be honest with you. I just thought that maybe it was a bit too aggressive. And when I say that, I mean people watching / hearing this, had the contest gone ahead in Rotterdam this year, might have been put off by the vocals and the style of this song. I think we will get something similar. I wouldn't mind if we get a song that's rock from Tornika Kipiani, but with Georgian lyrics and maybe some traditional instruments. That would be nice, because it gives the song a unique flavour. Greece, Stefania is back. I feel like Supergirl was a song, it felt as though it was aimed for a particular audience. Those who were under the age of like 20 or 18, something like that. It felt a little bit like a junior Eurovision entry. I'd like to see something a bit more mature and slick from Greece. They were very strong from 2000 to 2010 and then lost their way a little bit over the past decade. Will we see a renaissance? Maybe. If so, it starts next year. Iceland, Daldian Gagnamagnith is back, and apparently he's got about 12 demos on the go, and whichever one seems the best to him, he's going to run with. This is a wise choice, because Think About Things may well have won this year's edition had it gone ahead. It went viral, and everybody seemed to be talking about it. News outlets, people online. It was big, big business. It might well win the ESC 250 poll that they do every year on that Belgian Eurovision website. But anyway, I'd like to hear... I don't want Think About Things 2.0, but we are obviously going to get something that's a little bit 80s in style, you know, with the synthesizer maybe, and the awkward dancing, and the jumpers. Great. But maybe people might come into this expecting too much from him, because Think About Things was really good. Will he be able to produce something even better? I don't know. I'm not fussed what we get. I know that we are going to get something in the vein of Think About Things. I'd like it to be another really up-tempo song. Ireland, I'd like to see Leslie Roy back. I'd like to hear a song in Irish. It's as simple as that. The Irish language, thank you very much. Moving on, Israel, Aidan Elena is back. I believe it's an online national final now. February next year for the song. Several songs in contention. Something similar again. Feker Libi was great. It was in a variety of languages, Arabic, Amharic, English. And something similar again. Why not? Because Feker Libi might well have done very well in Rotterdam indeed. Latvia, Samantha Tina is back. And I think she deserves to be at Eurovision. She tried many times to represent her country. Something in Latvian. Why not? I wasn't a huge fan of Still Breathing, but Samantha's a great singer, so maybe a ballad. Lithuania. The Roop, if they have a song and submit it, I think they're automatically guaranteed a place in the Lithuanian national final lineup. I think Lithuania could win within the next 10 years. Their national final, to me, is getting stronger and stronger. The variety is starting to really come through. Monica Maria, I'd like to see her at Eurovision at some point. I'm not fussed. We do get quite a few quirky entries from Lithuania, so more of the same. Malta, Destiny is back. I think we'll get something similar. Destiny is a fantastic singer. Maltese lyrics, lovely. I'd like to see it. Moldova, Natalia Gordienko. She's working with the Dream Team again. So Filip Kirkorov is busily working on something as I speak. I don't really know what to expect. I'm not really sure what I want. Prison was okay, but it didn't leave much of an impression. So something that's a little bit more wow, if you see what I mean. North Macedonia, no details yet. Will Vasil be back? I don't know. I know I sound like a broken record here, but why not a song in Macedonian? Why not? And Mila Moskov, who represented North Macedonia in Junior Eurovision last year, when she's old enough, I'd like to see her in the grown-up contest. I think she'd be fantastic. Norway, Ulrika, sadly not, but a similar format. 20th of February will be the final. Apparently Ray Lee will be involved again, so she'll surely be one of the favourites if her song is bang on the money. More songs in Norwegian, but this is a country that I think is really in a rich vein of form in Eurovision at the moment. You know, many top 10 finishes. And that next win, fourth win, surely isn't too far away. I'm not fussed. I usually like Norway's entries. Poland. Margaret should have represented her country in 2016, but Michal Spak came along and Colour of Your Life did far better than any of us thought. At least I certainly did not expect that song to do as well as it did. So Margaret, big star in Poland. She's maybe too famous to do it now. I don't know, but I'd like to see her represent Poland. With a song in Polish, maybe. Big pop song. Fantastic. Broad appeal. Portugal, Festival de Canção will be back. I don't know. I'd like to see Claudia Pascual come back, because she should not have finished last on home soil a few years ago with Isaura and O Jardim. That was a criminal act that song finished last. It will be in Portuguese. Great. And I think Portugal's really good at ballads. So let's have one of those. Romania, something similar again from Roxanne. Alcohol You was great. I firmly believe that song would have finished in the top 10 or just outside it, but certainly a lot of public votes. Russia, will it be Little Big? I don't know. I'd like to see Cerebro come back, but I don't think they do it. We know that Russia will throw the kitchen sink at Eurovision once again. They really want to win again. It will surely happen before too long. Maybe a song in Russian. I don't know. Sergei Lazarev might well return at some point. San Marino, Senate. I don't know. San Marino tend to stand out more when they have a song that's a little bit on the silly side. Say Na Na Na, I Didn't Know, Freaky would have stood out but probably wouldn't have come anywhere near to qualifying. So something up-tempo, maybe a bit cheesy, why not? Serbia. I'd love to see Maria Serifovic come back. If not as the artist, then a songwriter. But it should be Hurricane. That's all I'll say on the matter there. Slovenia, Anna Soklic is back. Something better than Voda, because that was, to me, an alright song, but totally forgettable. So something better than Voda. Simple as that. Sweden. The Melfest lineup will be revealed soon, and I'll make a video all about that. 13th of March for the final. No audience, I believe. All shows in Stockholm. And that'll be the first time since the semi-final format was introduced in Melfest that all of the shows will be in one place. So that's almost 20 years. The Mamas apparently are rumoured. Erik Saade, Dotter. I'd love to see her at Eurovision, actually. I think she's a great, great talent. I'd love to see Anna Bergendahl back. Victoria, please, heavens above, she must represent Sweden at some point. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. A song in Swedish, preferably. I'd like to see a band as well. I mean, The Ark, that was 2007, and then the Mamas would have been this year, but I'd like to see more bands and more variety in terms of the genres. Switzerland, John's Tears. Will it be a song in French? Don't know. Apparently he's working on it at the moment. I've seen an image or two. I've heard things. I've seen things. So maybe by the end of the year, we'll know more. We might even have the Swiss entry by the end of this year. It's going to be quality. It's going to be a ballad, probably. I can't wait. Ukraine, Goe. I think we'll get something similar to Solove. If we get something like that, fine. Maybe something a bit more up-tempo, though. And then for the finalists, my word, I'm waffling, I do apologise. France, a great song in French. Something that isn't cheesy. Something that's written by French people, and don't just bring in a bunch of Swedish people to write it for you, because that just seems like a cop-out. A couple of years ago, there was a singer called Malo, and he had a song called Ciao, I believe it was, in the French national final, Destination Eurovision. That was a brilliant national final entry. I seem to be the only one who really loved it. It was a brilliant national final song. Something like that, thank you very much. Germany, they need Ben Dolic, but it's not going to be him. Germany has a few decent rock groups that have been involved in the national finals in the past. Avantasia, Santiano, I believe it is. They had a song called The Fiddler on the Deck a few years ago. Something like that. Something that's fun. Why not? Italy, Annalisa, thank you very much. RAI, the Italian broadcaster, if you're watching, beg her to do it. Give her an amazing song. And then the Italian public and juries, do your thing. I'd love to see Francesco Gabbani back, because I love so much of his music. But Annalisa is right there, and I think that she's just right for Eurovision. Probably one of the best female vocalists in Europe. Every Sanremo song that she's had has been great. Scintille, what's the name of that other one? Una finestra tra le stelle. And then the other one that I can't... Oh, Il Diluvio Universale. Oh, yes. There is another one I'm missing. Il Mondo Prima di Te. Oh, these are amazing songs. Amazing songs. Something that shows off her vocals. It will be in Italian. I'd love to see it be her. At some point, please let it be her. Netherlands, Django McCroy. Something that's emotionally charged again. Maybe in Dutch. Maybe something that's not quite as slow, but still heartfelt. Spain, Blas Canto, just something better than Universo, because that song probably would have finished last in the final, let's be honest. Good singer, give him something like the Netherlands, something that's full of emotion, shows off his vocals, and something that really, really stands a chance of doing very well. I'd love to sit here and say Spain might win this year, but let's be honest, when was the last time anybody said that? United Kingdom, Amy Mcdonald. There you go. It must happen. Amy Mcdonald, or Lauren Aquilina, or Nina Nesbitt. Will any of them do it? I doubt it. Amy Mcdonald's just released an album. Yeah. I'd love it to be her, because she's successful across Europe. I still think she's underrated here in Britain. But Amy Mcdonald, amazing choice. Anyway, I've rambled enough. 29 minutes, dearie me. So yeah, I do apologise if I just repeated myself a lot there. Did say this video might be quite messy. So now, for the first time, I'm going to take a look at this article. It's on eurovoix.com, which is a website I frequent every now and then. It says Estonia first Eesti Laul 2020 acts revealed. That surely should be 2021. But anyway, what's happening is that the first batch of artists has been announced by the Estonian broadcaster today, and then the next half tomorrow. I don't know if I'll make a video tomorrow talking about the next group of Eesti Laul artists. It might not be that interesting at all, in all honesty. So I might have to talk about something else on top of it. We'll see. This is the very first time I'm seeing these names. I'm sure there'll be a few that are familiar. I can see Uku Suviste's face. If he's submitted a song, he's guaranteed a place in this lineup. So anyway, here it is. These are not my words. This evening, ERR has revealed 12 competing acts for the Estonian Eurovision selection show, all shows in Tallinn, by the way, Eesti Laul 2021. Their competing entries will be revealed in December. Can't wait. Estonia, what would I like to see? I said Kerli earlier. We do get a fair bit of variety from Estonia, don't we? But I think Eesti Laul has decreased in quality in recent years. It used to be very strong indeed, in my opinion. Anyway, here we go. Uku Suviste, the lucky one. There we go, he's involved. Gram of Fun, Lost in a Dance, no idea. Tulirand Yks Ö, which apparently means one night. My pronunciation there was probably abysmal. I'm not familiar with that act. I will do my research. Yuri Potsman, Hello, Magus Melancholia, Sweet Melancholy. Probably a ballad then. He's back. Wonder if Stig Rasta's written that song. Because he did write Play, which of course was the official last place out of all of the entries in 2016. Interesting. Yuri Potsman. Who else have we got here? Redel with Tartu. Don't know who that is. Kea. Didn't I just mention her? Didn't I mention her about 10 minutes ago? She had a song called Lonely Boy a few years ago. If that's the same Kea, pretty sure it is. Hypnotized. Fantastic. Fantastic. So that's already a tick. Lovely stuff. Who else have we got here? Weeralt with Tuled, which means the winds. Okay. Hans Naina, One by One. Don't know who that is. Nikamarula, Calm Down. Don't know who that is. Andrei Zevakin and Pluto with Wingman. Don't know who that is. Helen with Ni Kurgele, which means So High. Koit Tume. Oh, wow. He's back, is he? We Could Have Been Beautiful. Oh, it sounds cheesy already. Oh, no. Okay, Estonia, if you're watching, anybody who's Estonian watching this video, I like him, but we don't need him again. Oh, if you could hear that beeping, I do apologise. Koit Tume. We Could Have Been Beautiful. And that's it for now. So I might make another video talking about the next batch tomorrow. I don't know. Feel free to leave a comment on this one if you'd like to see that. But yes, out of those 12, Kea and Yuri Potsman are the most interesting. Will Uku Suviste win, though? Because he would have represented Estonia this year. Had the contest not been cancelled, maybe Estonians will think, let's just pick him again, so he can have a chance. But there we are. That's it. Enough rambling for now. Apologies if the quality hasn't been that great. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. Greatly appreciate it. Take care of yourselves and bye for now.